All right, friends, it is Game Awards season, and this week we are going to see who is going to take home the big award, Game of the Year. But for now, let's vote for every single category that the Game Awards website has to offer. Let's start off with Content Creator of the Year. For a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2025. Now, normally this category I am never a fan of because I never know any of the people in these categories, but I actually do know a few of these. Moist Critical and Kai Cenat, obviously, or Cenat, or however you pronounce that. I know those two at least. I have never heard of Sakura Miko or Cadriel or the Burnt Peanut before this, so I've heard the Burnt Peanut's good. I'm gonna vote for Moist Critical because why not? Moving on to the next category, we have Most Anticipated Game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. 07 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. Now, these are some great games on display here. I think me personally, I'm not super duper hyped for any of these, so if it was me, I would just go with what I think is probably the most popular opinion because I'm not necessarily voting for what I would vote for. I'm going to put into account some of the community here as well, and I think there are a lot of people that would have to vote Grand Theft Auto 6. So that's what I'm going to say, and just taking into account everyone's opinions here and what the majority is, I think that Grand Theft Auto 6 should win. Then we have the Best Adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. A Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell Death Watch, Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. Now, Until Dawn is one I have not seen yet, but I'm sure it was probably crappy. A lot of people did not anticipate that to be the best movie, so I don't know what reviews were on that. But I think I'm going to have to give it to a Minecraft movie just because it's hilarious that even existed. And I think that's probably going to win too because it was such a cultural phenomenon over the summer. So yes, it's going to have to be a Minecraft movie. Moving on to the Best Multiplayer category for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, a massive multiplayer experience, irrespective of game genre or platform. We have Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. This is honestly a stacked category this year. I've heard a ton of great things about Arc Raiders. I'm sure that's a phenomenal game. It's probably going to win this category. If I had to put my bets on anything, it would probably be this one. Split Fiction is another interesting one because they were made by the same studio that made that one game of the year last year, and I just don't know if I see it winning this category because it's not up for game of the year. None of these are, but I think Peak is probably going to be my vote because I've seen so many clicks from Peak. I've seen so many people enjoy Peak. I think it's going to be one of the best games as we move forward in terms of multiplayer. So Peak is what I vote for. Moving on to the Best Sports Racing Game. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game, we have EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. You already know, Mario Kart frickin' World. Give me that vote. Mario Kart World is easily the best racing game in this category. It is the best Mario Kart game I have ever played. I have made so many videos on that topic, so I'm not going to rehash them all here, but truly one of the best launch games that we could have gotten from Nintendo and a great racing game in general. So it better win this category or I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be so mad if Mario Kart World loses this category. Now here is the Nintendo Shoe-In Award every single year, the Best Family Award for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. Now, there is a little secret here that beat 'em ups kind of made us aware of, and that is if there is a game in the Game of the Year category that is in any other category and all these other games aren't up for Game of the Year, why would that game not then win it? So Donkey Kong Bonanza is my vote here in terms of what I think was the best game. But at the same time, right, if it's family game, I think multiplayer. I think what can I play with my family? What would I play with my siblings? And it's not really going to be Donkey Kong Bonanza, if I'm honest with you. So I'm going to vote for Mario Kart World, actually, even though I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is definitely going to win this category. I think Mario Kart World is way better of a family game because if you're playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, one person gets to play as Donkey Kong and another person gets to play as Pauline. And by playing as Pauline, I mean shooting out rocks. And that's literally all you get to do. It's something, but it's not family. Like for me, that's not a family game. That's not what I want to play with people. So Mario Kart World, I think, is what I'm voting for. But I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to win that category. Then we have Best RPG. We have Avowed, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. Now, this is a unfortunate category for these other 3 games because I know Monster Hunter Wilds, like, it popped off when it came out. It had so many people playing it, and then all of a sudden it was just like no one was playing it anymore. So I'm gonna have to go with Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I think that's probably gonna win Game of the Year. And of course, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is also in this category, so it could technically be either of those because they're both Game of the Year contenders, but I think Clair Obscur is going to win. Best Action Adventure Game. This is usually the category I love voting for most. The best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So we have Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, phenomenal game. Silksong, come on now. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Split Fiction. Hollow Knight Silksong, come on, give me a break. It's Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, man, I don't know if I'm going to do a review on that game. I totally anticipated doing one, but I ended up spending so much time in that game to where I just had to move on with other projects, and oh my goodness, Silksong is worth every second that we ever had to wait for this game. It is just outstanding. And if it doesn't win this category, then I don't know why. I don't know what could, or it's just rigged if it's not. Best Action Game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I think I'm going to have to vote for Hades 2 here. Hades 2 was a great sequel to Hades, and a lot of people have enjoyed that game. I think that is going to be the winner of this category. All right, Best Debut Indie Game. This is an interesting one, right? For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Blue Prince, phenomenal game. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, phenomenal game. Despelot? I've never heard of this game, to be honest with you. And Dispatch. My heart is in Dispatch because I watched Corey Kenshin's playthrough of Dispatch. That was such a fun playthrough. He made some crazy decisions in that, but it's going to be Clair Obscur, right? It has to be because Clair Obscur was up for Game of the Year, so it's so disappointing. I'm going to vote for Dispatch, even though Blue Prince is phenomenal as well. I thought Blue Prince could have been up for Game of the Year, but we're going to have to vote for Dispatch personally on this channel. Clair Obscur is definitely going to win that category, unfortunately for the Dispatch community that did not get that game up for Game of the Year, but it is up for Player's Choice, and it probably will win that award. Best Independent Game. Come on, I'm sorry, I love all these other games. Silksong, I'm voting for Silksong. Now, Clair Obscur will probably sweep this title as well. It will probably get this award, but all these other games cannot compare to Silksong in my opinion. Silksong is just built different. It simply is built different. Best Community Support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates/patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Now, Helldivers 2 is one of those games that is going under the radar because it has gotten such love from the community, from so many people. Like, everyone was all over Helldivers 2 at the time. I remember even my professor at college was talking to me about it. He was like, oh my gosh, Helldivers 2 is the best. I was like, good for you, buddy. I think No Man's Sky is probably going to be my vote here because they continue to deliver on the promises that they could not deliver on at launch, but they're making this game better than ever every single year. Everything they add to No Man's Sky just makes it even better of an experience. So No Man's Sky has to be the winner for me, but it's very impressive to see games like Fortnite continue to be in this category every single year. And also Baldur's Gate 3, like, it won Game of the Year a few years back, and then I feel like I've never heard of it since. I don't know if it's just the community that I'm in or what, but I'm shocked to see it here, to be honest. Next up, we have Best Ongoing Game, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Now, I was just talking about No Man's Sky and how it deserves the award for the updates. I think Fortnite deserves this award because it has somehow, some way, continued to be relevant in this big year, 2025 into 2026. Fortnite continues to be the #1 shooter in the world, and that's just impressive. It's a historical run. So Fortnite, I am not a huge fan of you anymore. I put hundreds of hours into it back in like 2018, 19. I can't say enough good things about how they are continuing to evolve the shooting genre, how they're making people continue to be interested, and how many IPs are in Fortnite. Like, Sabrina Carpenter is in Fortnite. That's so crazy. So Fortnite, you get my vote. Next up, we have Best Performance, awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. Now, this is unfortunate because Charlie Cox, for example, is the voice actor of the guy in Clair Obscur, but he's not the mocap guy. Like, he's not the motion cap person. He was not the person that actually did all of the acting in this game. He only did the voice lines. So they really need to consider adding a motion capture category for the next year, because this is just kind of sad to me. But of all these people here, I am going to have to vote for Erika Ishia, I believe is how you pronounce that, because Ghost of Yotei, phenomenal game. She did a really good job of just portraying this person's backstory, everything about this character. So I'm going to vote for Erika. I didn't play Clair Obscur Expedition 33, so there are 3 people up for nomination here. I know that Troy Baker here with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was really lauded by even Harrison Ford, I believe. So I love to see him here, but I hope he wins it, to be honest, but it's probably going to be someone from Clair Obscur. And also, shout out Silent Hill F, Kanatsu Kato. I'm sure she did a good job. I was not a fan of that game. I thought it was very sluggish, but it is what it is. Next up, we have Best Audio Design. I feel a little bit bad for voting in this category because I didn't like Silent Hill F, even though it was very crunchy, the audio was. Ghost of Yotei is probably going to be my vote here. Death Stranding 2, haven't played Expedition 33, haven't played Battlefield 6. I'm going to vote for Ghost of Yotei because I feel like it's probably not going to get an award this year, which is so sad for such a phenomenal follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima. But Ghost of Yotei, I'm going to vote for you. Clair Obscur is probably going to win this category as well, but at the same time, Kojima and Jeff Keighley have something going on to where they're just always together. So Death Stranding 2 might win this just because it needs to win a category to keep Kojima and Jeff Keighley's relationship intact. Next up, Best Score and Music. Now, I know for a fact Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has phenomenal music, and I am still going to vote for Silksong because Christopher Larkin is a wizard. Oh my goodness, like, so many tracks from Silksong make me remember why I love video games to begin with. There are such good tracks in that game. Christopher Larkin is a genius, a musical genius, especially with the Cogworks theme. Like, that is just, it just my brain so good. And it's such a phenomenal idea to take the actual inner Cogworks and the sound bites of those, put it into a musical score. Like, genius. It's just genius. So Silksong, you're getting my vote. This is probably going to be another Clair Obscur sweep. Next up, we have Best Art Direction for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Silksong, come on. Hades 2 is phenomenal. I will give you that. It has some great art direction. Ghost of Yotei is freaking gorgeous. Like, that entire land is wild. And the loading times, oh my goodness, there's no loading times. It's just perfect. It's a great game. But I have to go with Silksong here. I'm sorry. Clair Obscur has some great areas as well. It's probably going to win it again. I know I'm saying that all of the time, but Silksong, it has to be it for me, and I'm voting for it, so it better win. I hope Silksong sweeps all of this. Best Narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. I think I'm going to go with Clair Obscur because I do know a little bit about that narrative. I think it's probably going to win this category, but if I had to pick one personally, Ghost of Yotei touched me a little bit more. I felt like some of that was a bit dry, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not voting with it, because her character, I don't know. I don't find myself being as motivated to play as her than I did Ghost of Tsushima's main character, so I'm just going to have to go with Clair Obscur. Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. This has always been a confusing category for me because what it feels like is that they're taking other games from the Game of the Year category, those nominees that they have that they know aren't winning Game of the Year, and then essentially giving them an award that's similar to that, because this feels to me like a Game of the Year wording here, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation. I don't know. If you're going to say innovation, Split Fiction is technically a sequel of an idea. It's not a sequel, direct sequel to that game that won a few years ago, but it is the same type of idea. Hades 2, another sequel. Ghost, another sequel. And then Death Stranding 2 is another sequel. So, like, if we're talking about building upon creative vision and innovation, Clair Obscur is going to have to be it with that turn-based combat and everything that it offers. It's similar to Persona 5, but it's not quite there, so I'm going to have to give it to Expedition 33. I hate doing this, but I have to. All right, here is the big one. Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Best experience across all creative and technical fields. Okay, so if we're looking at all of these games, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm throwing out Kingdom Come. I don't think it's going to have a shot here. I'm also throwing out Hades 2. I don't think it's going to have a shot. So then we come down to these final four. Death Stranding with Kojima, Clair Obscur with its crazy graphics, with its crazy combat system, with everyone pretty much saying it's the best game that's ever been made with some crazy narrative. And then we have Silksong, which has been coming for such a long time. It has been so many years that we were waiting for it, and it's honestly delivered in all fronts. The only criticism with this game for most people is that it's too hard. And if your game is too hard and everything else is perfect after following up Hollow Knight, I think you did well. Then Donkey Kong Bonanza, a game that a lot of people were hoping would have been a 3D Mario, but it's from the 3D Mario team. It is creatively outstanding. It is one of those games that I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. I mean, you can go check my review to see my full thoughts on it, but it is a true innovation in the franchise and in the series. And of course, it's a great technical marvel as well, because you can destroy the entire area of wherever you're at. You can just tear it down limb by limb to make it to its nubs. Like, it's totally insane in terms of its technical prowess here. I mean, if you're talking about the voxel technology, I feel like that is sweeping this alone. But if we're talking about what was the game of the year, what game took over everyone's lives, what game was just came out and boom, I think we're down to two options here from our final four, and unfortunately for Nintendo, Donkey Kong Bonanza is not in that final four. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is taking over from Death Stranding and Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it's going to be head-to-head with Silksong. I think those are the two games that are truly up for Game of the Year here, and it's going to be close. I wish that they would show us like how the voting works or how close it actually was, but they don't. So I think internally, it's going to be between Clair Obscur and Silksong. For me personally, you know my opinion on this. I think Silksong should win it, and it would be such a cool thing to see an indie game from these Team Cherry, like just see their work pay off and be totally nationally recognized by the entire community. That would be so good. And of course, Clair Obscur is an indie game as well, so if we want to count that as one, sure. If it was me, and it is me in this video, I am going to put my vote for Silksong. I think Silksong was deserving of Game of the Year. People were talking about it so much, but the one thing I think that goes against it, in my opinion, is that Clair Obscur came out early in the year, and yet we're still talking about it as the juggernaut to beat. And Silksong came out in September, right? And yet everyone is still talking about Clair Obscur Expedition 33 as like the game. And that says a lot, in my opinion, for a game to come out so early on in the year. A lot happens throughout the year. People forget what's going on. They don't remember these games. Stuff like Smash Bros. Ultimate came out in December of 2018. Technically was eligible for 2019 Game of the Year, but didn't get nominated because it had been so long. It was out of the voters' minds. And Silksong has come out more recently, and yet I feel it is being totally overwhelmed by Expedition 33. I'm voting for Silksong, but Clair Obscur is going to win Game of the Year. That is my official prediction. And I am a bit sad about that, and Nintendo's not going to get the award again. But I'm just glad to see them nominated, right? All right, well, that was my Game of the Year voting video. So thank you so much for making it to the end. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to join the channel, click that notification bell to know exactly when my videos release, and consider joining my membership program, just a few bucks a month to support me as a content creator and get all of my videos early. Make sure you click on the left side of your screen to see my review and reading of Rosalina's Storybook, a phenomenal product, and click on the right side of your screen to see my video talking about Mario Kart, the update, and how the developers are truly listening to us. They're making the game better. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure you have yourself a phenomenal day. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see you all in the next video.